Welcome this evening with Imtiaz Mir. Today is my guest, Dr. Mehnaz Afridi. Is a professor of religious study, genocide and interfaith center, Manhattan, New York, USA. I welcome you in my talk show.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us today. It's a very important topic. Globally, it is a very important. Do you believe religious intolerance is growing day by day globally?
I think religious intolerance has always been there, unfortunately. But I think that now we are dealing with identity politics. So that's the problem. I think there's a lack of education about different religions. I mean, I know a lot about all 5 major religions: Hinduism, Buddhism, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. And so I can understand their points of view and who they are, and I can accept their similarities with Islam as a Muslim woman, and also accept and acknowledge the differences. And I think we are not educating the public about religion, we're educating them about identity. So Muslim versus Jew, Jew versus Christian, Hindu, Muslim issues. I mean, I don't think it's about religion. Religion is a beautiful way of being in the world, but we don't see it that way. And that is very sad because of the lack of education. So I think there is a growing intolerance today in terms of religious discrimination. Islamophobia is very high here in the United States, all over Europe, and anti-Semitism is also very high. Even Sikh people from the Sikh tradition are being attacked because they wear turbans, or our community, women who wear hijab, are being attacked or having slurs said to them and against them, or even young boys who wear their yarmulkes. So these are really deep problems. These are innocent civilians that are living their daily lives wanting peace and tolerance.
There is a need of a religious harmony, in a peaceful society and a peaceful world.
Yes, there is. And I think that the problem is that we are not creating spaces for that. So we are not educating our children about other faiths, but maintaining our own faith. Yeah. So you have children and you want to raise them as Muslims. Of course, you must. I have children, I raise them as Muslims, but they understand the Catholic faith, they understand the Jewish faith, they understand Buddhists and Hindus, and they know what is political and what is not political. And they are on a spiritual path, which is what we are taught in Islam, is to submit to God and do our best ethically and not to fight with others. That this is the test that the Quran has always set out for us, and also in other religions. So we have to understand they are also trying to do their spiritual path as we are.
Mehnaz, how to protect and promote religious harmony? A present education system and media fail to foster the interfaith harmony?
They do. I think the problem with media, and sorry because I'm on media right now, is that media is a sensational tool. Yeah. Most of people like to see something, oh my God, wow, something negative usually, something terrible. But people don't focus, especially in media. Journalists don't focus on the good stories, the peaceful stories, the collaboration, even during the time of the Israel and Gaza war. There are some people here in the United States that are trying very hard to have dialogue, and we may not agree with each other, but we are not hateful about each other's faith. So those stories are not being, really centered upon. And media is a way to get a reaction from people, because most people don't know the history of most of these places. They don't know the history of religion. So I think media can play a positive role, and I think you are on Awaz TV, and I hope you will continue to do that kind of work.
What are hindrances? There are obstacles to promote interfaith harmony?
There are obstacles in many ways. So, for example, here in the United States, we are a secular state. So the public educational system is very hesitant to teach any kind of religion. If you're in a private university like I am, I can teach religion. I'm teaching a class on women in Islam right now to every background in my classroom, including Muslim students, Jewish students, Christian students, and they're very interested. The other problem we have across the world is, again, in France and Germany, religion cannot be in the public sector. And then in Muslim majority countries, we are so focused on our own religion that we don't give an opportunity to our students and to our teachers to learn about other faiths. And our minorities in, for example, Pakistan, I was born in Pakistan, have difficulty negotiating because we don't understand who Christians are or other minorities that, and I think religion becomes a tool, for example, in a place like India, to become nationalistic and to use it against the minorities and to gain power. This has happened all over the world for many centuries. And religion tells us in all of our spiritual books that you don't know what God is thinking. God is unknowable, and therefore human beings are the ones that are making the intolerance of religion, not the religion itself, because God is, someone who is unimaginable. But we must carry the message of peace as Muslims and submit completely to God. Otherwise, we will be delving into our egos and not understanding the spirit of Islam.
Dr. Mehnaz Afridi, thank you very much for your valuable insights. Stay safe and take care. Until next show.